Alright guys, so here's how it's working. I'm having to overdub this because I forgot to turn my mute off my mic. So this video, the first thing that I had started with was checking the mob farm, seeing where I was. As you can see, most of these are already full. I had put down 16 of them and we've got over half of them full. I had increased the size of the crate and pulled as many of the loot crates out of it as I possibly could. At this point, I'm just thinking about what all we're going to do today. I had not had a plan going into yesterday. That's not true. I had a plan. It was more EMC production. And it was actually going up from the Mark III red matter to the stuff that you see there. Don't exactly remember what color it was. Might have been magenta. There's the Mark III power flower pot. It's providing us 1020 EMC per second. I was still doubling our emeralds or EMC by pulling out the emerald ore and crushing it. We opened up the common crates and got a lot of stuff. Most of it, except for the mystical agriculture seeds and some other items, went right into the transmutation tablet. And as you can see, I already had most of it. Every once in a while something new came up, but for the most part, like that silverwood. But for the most part, we had already had it. Everything that is EMCable, I'm putting in that crate. The stuff that is not, I'm going to store in one of the other. And I said crate, but I meant tablet. Remember guys, I'm still new at this, so bear with me please. So the flax seed, the coffee seed goes up in the small chest, planting the nature seed, and I believe I had a couple of dirt seeds also. Yep, there they are. That'll be where I do some of my mystical agriculture growth for now. Another 64 of these. Put as much as I can into the crate, into the transmutation tablet. What I can't, I'll put into either the mystical agriculture crate or the miscellaneous chest. Some of it I'll actually end up planting, but the majority of it's going to end up in one of those areas. Nature essence, dirt essence, go plant the other nature seeds. Today's episode was all about trying to get more automatic EMC production. So I had to get to a certain point of EMC before I could do that. We got a 2x2 storage drawer. We already had built the basics, so that's very nice to have. Almost a full set of leather armor, some chain armor, greenhouse glass, iron fencing, we got ice seeds, we got stone seeds that time. That satchel's new. One of the things about getting these items from the loot chests is that we don't have to then make them. We can just teach the system what we got. those things that aren't EMCable, go plant the... I got the golem, and I got the draconium chest in a different loot crate. Pretty sure it was a legendary, yep. I'm pretty sure in the video I also said that it was from a epic, but it wasn't. We're going to go plant the stone, we're going to go plant the ice. Come back and open those 16 rare loot chests. I had already gotten a golden carrot at one point, and as you can see that the golden apple doesn't give you as much as the carrot does. I was using cooked chicken before I moved to the golden carrots. You just get much more, and I'm not sure which one it is. Saturation, absorption. But you get more out of the golden carrot than you did out of everything else. My early EMC generation was from trees. All around this place. When you start on this map, there's going to be trees. 2 at the beginning, 2 to 3 here, 2 closer to the water. And the infinite water source starting with it is nice. There were 3 over here, and so what I did was I just started taking the trees down, getting the saplings, getting the apples, and replanting trees. Once I moved this part out as far as I could, not as far as I could, as far as I did, then I was able to plant much more. Work a little. Actually, that's just hitting the shift key a couple of times in order for it to give you the faster growth. So almost all of my early game EMC was just straight from doing what you're seeing me do right here. Those first 3 hours that you saw I had already played in episode 1 was doing mostly this build out and trying to get as many trees grown as I could. And as you can see, it's, you know, about 10 grand per. Put those into. I got my first cobblestone by taking out all of the stones here and actually taking out the stone bricks, then taking away the actual stone that was underneath them. And I did that in all 4 of the towers. The cobblestone in the transmutation table actually allowed me to you can buy a transmutation table, you can buy dirt, but I think I just got my dirt by walking outside and picking one up and then putting it in the transportation table. I got my marble. You can buy a stone transmutation table, but I didn't buy the stone transmutation table. I actually got it by making that storage door right there. It was a reward right off the bat. So got the wood first, then made that storage door, and all you need is 4 oak logs. Once you get those 4 oak logs, you can make that storage drawer. It's not difficult. You just make a normal chest like you always would. 8 planks in around a circle, and then 6 more planks top and bottom. That gives you that storage drawer. And now I'm about to show you. So let's do the epic. I got controller, fast vector plates, and advanced item collector. And I'm glad I got the fast vector plates, because now I can go over to the mob farm and change out the vector plates that I currently have there for those fast vector plates. So we're going to do the organics, which is just, all the organics are going to be growable things. Not all of it's going to be EMCable, but most of it's going to be. And then we're going to do the ore. Got some nether quartz, some iridium, aluminum, certus, you can read it. Got more. And most of these, the aluminum, the certus, the nether quartz, were new to us. So pick up these emeralds. Using them to double the EMC that we have in the tablet. And basically by double, I mean we're doubling what I pulled out. So our goal today is to get to that magenta matter power flower. But as you can see, we don't quite have enough EMC to do it. We're currently producing 1020, but in order to do it, and I've made each of these in order, starting with the Mark 1, then the Mark 2, now the red matter. By placing the Mark 2 next to the Mark 1, you'll notice that we went up by another 306 EMC. Gonna go over to the mob farm, gonna start working on the mob farm. I'm gonna swap out the vector plates for the fast vector plates. And I'm pretty sure I'll be right back. And we're back. So, as you can see, we've gotten quite a bit from the mob farm. Did another round of the emeralds. Storing my inferium up in the top there. I'm going to show you what I did on the mob farm. And as you can see with the fast vector plates, most things are moving pretty quickly down to the mob masher. I put the redstone lamps and the levers on them in order to light up the mob farm so that nothing was spawning while I was changing out the vector plates. I didn't want to have another baby zombie kill me while I was trying to do that. Got a diamond shovel out of the epic. Got some more shimmering stuff. Put as much of this stuff away as we can. Some of these are new, and you can tell what's new, like that quicksilver, it just showed up. The kitchen cabinet showed up. Those things that are new are going to show up on top there, like that diamond shovel. I typically don't make diamond tools except for a diamond sword and diamond armor. And most of the rest of the diamond stuff that I've gotten has been because of getting them out of loot crates. I made stone tools, I made wooden tools, but I typically don't make diamond tools unless I actually need them, when I need them. Star essence, those will be usable later. In our rare, we got a compacting drawer. We've gotten some of these before. That golden fishing rod is not new. The Restonia hammer is, or the Restonia hatchet is new. And ores. Got some sodalite, some platinum, some dimensional, some sapphire. Of those, everything except, I pretty sure the gold was new. Actually, 3 of them were new. Gonna take more emeralds. Fill up my crushers. And keep working towards more EMC. And just every time I get more EMC, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep pushing that through. Now let's take a look at the power flowers. And as you can see, I had a dirt moment here. I kept saying tower and it wasn't tower. It's flower. So going from the red matter to the magenta, you'll notice that, and what I'm saying is, the EMC costs 21 million, but you get 102 back. And then you go to the next one and it's going to cost us 24 million, but you actually get 306 back. And so it triples there for not much more cost. Then we're going to go from there to the red matter. It's going to cost us 35, but we're going to quadruple. And then we're going to quadruple again once we get to the magenta. So that's the goal. We want to get to the magenta. In order to do that, we have to make the magenta. So it's an eternalist fuel, which we've made already. In order to make the and red matter. This is going to make us our magenta. There we go. Save the magenta matter. We have enough to pull 3, so we need 2. And we need our red matter relay and our red matter collector. And here I'm just showing you guys how we're going to make those. I'm pretty sure that I've got enough to actually make both the red matter and the... So we pulled those out first. And with the 1.74 million that we have left, I should be able to do 1 red matter and then 1 collector. So a relay and a collector. And for those of you who played the equivalent exchange before, you understand the power flowers, and you could only get up to that Mark III, that red matter, the red matter side. But we've now got those. So in order to actually get to the power flower bonsai pot, I'm going to have 2 compressed of the magenta collectors and 6 of the relays. Now one of the cool things is, if I figure out how to spell here, I really can't spell despite what you're seeing on screen. One of the cool things is that the power flowers that you've already built, you can put back in the transmutation table and reclaim their EMC values. So I needed 9 of these to make the compressed. I need 6 of these, and I need my personal EMC link. So let's make the compressed. I did Shift K in order to make that compressed. Put it in there, and I'm just shy of being able to have another one. I can make 0.7 of them. So pull our emeralds for their EMC value, and each of those stacks is 1 million EMC. So between those, I should just have enough to get that last one. Once I make this power flower, I've quadrupled my EMC production. As you can see, I didn't learn it in the transmutation table first. but it is pulling in 4,080 just sitting there. And that, by continuing to tier these up, we are going to continue to gain more and more EMC. And it's going to become important because once we get to that final power flower, I'm going to want a tower almost full of them. So that's all we had for today. If you guys liked, please hit the like and subscribe. If you guys didn't like, please let me know. I'm hoping that you're enjoying the series, and we'll see you tomorrow.